Let's lock in. Where your paper at? Grab your paper. Just reviewing some information that we learned in the video. Booker T. Washington was born an educator who spoke for many black Americans during the late 1800s and early 1900s. Washington taught that learning trades or how to build and making their own economy was the best ways for them to improve their lives. Now, pause real quick. You understand what is meant by trades? What's meant by trades? Who knows what a trade is? Go ahead.
When you give somebody else something for them to give you something?
That's one definition, but when we're talking about building, we're talking about things like welding, stonemasons, bricklaying. You understand? Carpenters, right? Electricians. Yeah, or just general laborers. That the best way for black Americans to improve our lives was to focus on education, for one, education, and also learning how to build. Oh, wait. Not quite. Think close to what I'm saying. What's something that black people were not allowed to do? Think about what we just read. What was something that we weren't allowed to do? Yeah, but what else is important to education? The most basic part of education. Nope. Learn what? Nope. To read. To read.
The alphabet.
Right. And so in order to know how to read, you got to know how to, you have to know the alphabet. Booker T. Washington taught himself the alphabet.
Yeah.
Repeat after me. He said he taught himself.
He taught himself.
He taught himself.
He taught himself.
All right, so that goes to show an aspect of black American culture, okay? Black American culture, one of the roots of it is resilience. You know what resilience means? Resilience means, listen to me, resilience means being able to perform competently and be up to par, even though you might have little help, no resources, or not so good resources, all right? So in spite of being deprived of the right to know how to read, Booker T. Washington taught himself the alphabet, taught himself how to read, and then he himself became a teacher. Not only became a teacher, but built his own school. That's heavy. Coming from somebody, that you talking about going from 0 to 100. That's what that is. Not being able to know how to read at all because you weren't permitted to. Teaching yourself, again, becoming a teacher, and then building Tuskegee Institute. All right? Yes, sir. Booker T. Washington brought to the Tuskegee Normal and Industrial Institute. Mind you, it only started off with 2 buildings and only had, according to the video, only had about 200 students. But by the time Booker T. Washington had been there for a while, it grew to how many students?
1,500.
1,500 students. Okay? All right. Who's next? Who wants the next paragraph? Go ahead. Okay. Now, very good. Now, here's the thing about this, right? This is the part that was really controversial to other black leaders, right? As discussed in the video, some black people felt that Booker T. Washington was compromising too much. In other words, to put it simply, like he was being too nice towards racism, if you will. Let me finish, because you tripped me up. So, I appreciate the enthusiasm, though. Thank you for that. But, no, so, while Booker T. Washington believed, again, in what? How to improve ourselves? Education, and what else? Respect is part of it, but it's two things. Education and learning what?
Learning to read.
No. Say it again. Education and building trades. All right? So he simply believed that, look, if we educate ourselves, if we dignify ourselves with education, and we learn how to build. Colin, I need you to sit still. I don't need you to say anything. What's number 2?
Always be necessary.
All right. What's number 3? Speak when spoken to. Okay, y'all been studying the protocol. Okay, good. Now, anyway, as I was saying, not George Washington, but Booker T. Washington focused on, again, education and building trades, and believed that focusing on these two things would improve the lives of Black Americans and would earn the respect of white Americans. While you had other black leaders who were like, man, no, we need to get directly involved in politics, voting, protest, and make our voices heard, because we gotta wrestle these things down and make white people respect us that way. Both things are valid. You ever heard the saying that two things can be true at the same time, right? Yeah. Because guarantee, knock on wood, something happened to one of us in this room, the rest of us better stand up for that person, right? Yeah. Right? Totally. We have to prioritize education as well as building trades. Guys, I'm gonna urge y'all at some point in your high school careers, learn a building trade. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Even if it's just general labor, because these buildings, this school right here didn't fall out of the sky. You know that, right? People had to put their hands on some wood, some cement, and fabricate the glass and install everything. Had to put the electricity in. Had to put the HVAC and the air conditioning in, so we can be in here and get what? Education. This other part, because this is important. We talked about education in the building trades, but also on the political aspect of things. Have to exercise your right to vote. Okay? Exercise your right to vote. Now, however, we'll have an exercise for this later on. Okay? We'll have an exercise for this really, really soon. When it comes to your vote, make sure you are getting something out of the deal. Your vote is very, very, very powerful, very, very, very important. Sit still. Now, would you give something away that's so powerful for free?
No.
Right. So make sure, whenever it is time to vote, when you become of age to vote, make sure whoever or whatever you're voting for addresses your needs and the needs of your people. Understood? But now, look, listen. Okay, so again, others believe that Black Americans should go back to Africa, as there were white abolitionist organizations that would help them. Booker T. Washington believed that Black Americans belong in and have rights in America. And one of his quotes, he said, "Cast your buckets down where you are." Okay, instead of going some other place, whether it be migrating to the north or going back to Africa, he said, no, you don't have to do that. Stand on business, stop doing that. Stand on business, cast your bucket down where you are. All right? And do what you have to do. Educate, dignify yourself, learn these trades, build, and people won't have a choice but to respect this. Okay? That was his angle. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Show me how much if you took notes, use some of your notes. If you took notes, slide this under your desk. Oh, that's his? Okay. Yes. Okay, good. Show me how much you wrote. Here, take this back to your desk. Take this back to your desk. Here.
Stop touching my chair. Hey. Bro, that's a chair.
I got you.
Oh, folks, it's a chair.
Have a seat.
I'm sorry, sir. You asked me.